Now on to, here's John Ketley with his weather view.
Good evening to you. For the whole of southern Britain over the next few days it looks like being fine and settled and gradually getting warmer once again. Now the reason for that of course is high pressure. We're getting used to this now almost after a few days. And we've got high pressure sitting on the southern part of the country there. This frontal system here in the Atlantic is going to bring some rain from time to time across parts of Northern Ireland and Scotland. But the most interesting thing about this particular chart is the cold front lying across southern parts of Europe there, because that's brought a lot of thunderstorms again today across many parts of Europe, and it's not going to be moving away all that quickly. So if you are thinking of going across to the northern part of the Mediterranean in the next few days, well, it may be a bumpy ride, and when you get there could be some pretty nasty thunderstorms to contend with as well. That's how the satellite picture looked several hours ago now, but you can see a broad band of white cloud, which was mainly thunderstorms actually, some very nasty storms indeed, stretching out right across Europe, and they're not moving away very quickly at all. In fact, for tomorrow, that's the extent of the thunderstorms once again. Quite a few developing during the day over Spain here and southern parts of France, but the main activity once again over northern parts of Italy, probably northern parts of Yugoslavia too, and stretching out towards the Black Sea. And throughout that zone, I think quite a number of fairly heavy storms tomorrow, some torrential rain to contend with from time to time, but it's only temporary. They'll all be dying out again as we run in towards the weekend, I would think. Well, closer to home and talking about tonight then, first of all, still a few showers left in the north, some quite heavy ones still running through the north of Scotland, but they're going to be dying out in the next few hours. Still one or two left perhaps in the Northern Isles by the morning, but at the same time thicker cloud beginning to come in from the west into parts of Northern Ireland. Over England and Wales, well broken cloud. The cloud's fairly thin really, and that could just lead to one or two mist patches for a short time around dawn. They wouldn't last long though, but temperatures a bit on the chilly side, down to about 7 degrees tonight. Still fairly breezy up in the north, especially up in the far northeast of Scotland right throughout the night. Well, tomorrow, a fair amount of cloud around to begin the day. There'll be some holes in that cloud. There'll be a bit of brightness around, especially on the eastern side of the country. Some quite pleasant sunshine if you're very lucky. It'll be a lot more cloudy further west, and there'll be patches of rain getting into Northern Ireland during the morning, and also into the Western Isles as well, as we go through towards the middle of the day. Now, during the afternoon, this rain's going to become a little bit more extensive. It'll be moving off into northeastern parts of Scotland there, but most of it light, just one or two heavier bursts, probably on the hills on the western side. There could be a few spots of rain running into southeast Scotland and perhaps parts of northern England too, but generally speaking, to the east of high ground tomorrow, I think amounts of rain very small indeed. Further south, nothing much changing really. There'll be a bit of sunshine moving around the country, so quite a pleasant day really. And eventually somewhat brighter weather, just getting into Northern Ireland for a short time during the latter part of the afternoon. Those are your temperatures tomorrow, not too bad in the south, 21, 22 or 23 degrees, that's the low 70s Fahrenheit. It is going to feel pretty cool in that cloudy weather up in northwestern parts of Scotland though. Looking onto the middle of the day on Friday, and we can see that things aren't really changing all that much. The high pressure is just drifting a little bit further northeastwards. That's allowing these systems to come across the northern part of Britain, bringing a fair amount of cloud from time to time and a little bit of rain. But certainly for England and Wales, it looks fairly well settled as we run in towards the end of the week. That's it from me then. I'll wish you a very good night.
Radio 4's programme, You and Yours, tomorrow at 12 midday, will be discussing the state of the National Health Service, when John Howard will be chairing a meeting of health watchdogs and a panel of experts. And then also on Radio 4 tomorrow evening, the BBC's outgoing Middle East correspondent Gerald Butt will be continuing his series on the Arab world with a look at Egypt. That's at 7:40 tomorrow evening on Radio 4.
Good evening, this is the Open University. Our first programme this evening, which was made in 1975, is for the third level course in complex analysis. It deals with two results from Unit 9 of the course.